So we watched Bram Stoker's Dracula a few weeks ago. And we were discussing.
I thought we were done with vampires.
The highs and lows of Keanu Reeves' career. I forget if you had seen this awesome, bodacious film called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I have. I'm well aware of the film. I have not seen it.
Dude, get ready to go on a bodacious adventure, man. Most excellent.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
I learned something about myself today.
Do you hate yourself?
No. I hate you.
It's the same thing.
Why is that the same thing?
You can't hate your best friend and not hate yourself.
That's fair. I guess. No, listen. I had to drive. I did the big Toronto trip today.
Okay, you went down to Toronto.
Toronto.
Sucks to be you.
And I learned something. Because it sucks. Because the trip home journey happened at night.
No, that's always fun.
Which is fine. Like nighttime driving doesn't bother me at all. I do a lot of nighttime driving, long distances, very little sleep, whatever. Not an issue. But people get stupid at night.
Oh, yeah.
And
people get stupid behind the wheel, period.
Yeah. But what I learned about myself is a thing that I could only discover at night. I am not, I would say even in the slightest, I am not a road ragey. I don't get road ragey.
Really?
Yeah.
All that time you spent in Toronto, it never like...
Yeah. No, wow. I don't. People can tailgate me. People can cut me off. People can, and what, and like I'm annoyed. I'm aware that we are
opposites in that vein.
But wait. I'm not road ragey. I am extremely road petty.
Okay.
So road petty.
Explain the difference.
If we're in so for the international listener, most country driving in Ontario is 80 kilometers an hour.
80 to 100, yeah.
And for the most part, as long as you're doing under 100, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Cop's not going to pull you over.
Yeah, you're 20, as long as you're 20, not going more than 20 over.
So my go-to thing
a lot of times even in town.
Yeah. So my go-to thing is if I'm in 100 and I've got cruise control on, my cruise is set to like 97. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of cruise. I'm like, I got a 3 kilometer buffer. If a cop decides to be a dick, blah, blah, blah. I go to, really? You're going to, whatever. If I'm doing 97 and 100 at night, and I'm leading the pack, so I have my high beams on, and you come flying up behind me and are tailgating me and decide that even though I'm essentially doing 20 over the speed limit, you need to be doing 101, and so you pass me, I'm really, really slow to turn off my high beams. I'm just like, hey, what I was doing was fine. So I'm not going to change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very, very, very road petty.
I'm not, if I'm in that car behind, I'm very unlikely to pass at night anyway, just because I hate even low beams. I hate in my rear view and side view mirrors.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
But yeah, no. So I just leave my high beams on.
Yeah. Okay.
My favorite, because it happened tonight specifically, my favorite is when you come flying up behind me and you pass me and then you go flying like away from me in the distance. You're just, widening that gap. And then 2 minutes later, I'm parked right behind you at a red light. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hey, worth it, asshole.
Yeah.
So road petty. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
Oh, yeah, right. The Movie Men podcast. We are the most excellent B team.
Yeah. Yeah. Enjoy that B team thing while you can.
Yeah. You think it's changing?
It's not becoming I think we just have to drop the
B.
The B.
We are the team.
We are
the movie men.
Yeah, we can just introduce you have until episode 500.
Okay.
So ride it out.
I'll come up with something new.
The show's
we
actually
are the beta team.
there's going to be a lot of changes come episode 501. So just buckle in. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, and I'm absolutely fine with this. For those that are unaware of the team dynamic here,
yeah,
Pete and Brady are like the classics, the originals, the founders, and they dragged me in. It's been almost 2 years now, right?
It has been over.
Yeah,
because it was a
golf tournament
September, so we're probably right around that 2 year.
Yeah. Anyway, they dragged me in. They're like, "Hey, you want to do the thing?" I was like, "You mean I get to hang out with my friends, watch movies, and talk about them?" Sure.
Yeah, I can do that.
And that, for me, for the most part, that has been my contribution to this podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really want to do anything. I just want to hang out, watch movies, and talk about them.
Yeah.
And so, I feel like you and Pete make all these executive decisions, and I'm just in the background like, "Hi, guys. Want to watch a movie and talk about it?"
Yeah.
And I'm happy to do that.
We genuinely don't even there's
you guys make all the big decisions. Just let me know.
Yeah, behind the we don't even Pete and I don't even talk business in our group chat about the podcast.
Yeah,
we're just like we'll let Carl know.
I just don't care.
Yeah. You will probably soon need to. We'll have to get you your wardrobe that you leave here for.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do the TV thing.
We're gonna get into because here's the thing.
The video.
About 3 weeks ago, I just dumped all of the entire backlog of the podcast, all 400 and whatever episodes. I just dumped it all on YouTube
as audio only.
Yeah, all at once. I was just
kind of like a screenshot and.
Yep, I was just like, nice. There you go. There's 400
out in the world
videos uploaded. Yeah,
not even pieced out over the course of just
no,
boom.
Just I think I did 3 chunks, but it was 180 episodes type of thing at a time. Here you go.
Any people who are just kind of doom scrolling through the black hole that is the internet of YouTube just comes across our podcast on YouTube is like, holy crap, where have these guys been? They got a huge backlog. I got hours of content.
Within
years.
Within a week, tens of thousands of views.
No.
Yeah. So we're jumping on the YouTube thing.
Wow.
Pretty
Hello,
aggressive.
YouTube.
Yeah, pretty aggressive. So there's lots of stuff coming. You'll Yeah. Including,
tell me what to
including,
do,
and I mean,
and I'll tell you what I don't want to do.
including, and I mean, you and I have to talk about this and figure out schedules and, you know, talk about what would be feasible and what wouldn't be feasible. But maybe in some way or another, return to doing a little bit of news here and there.
Okay.
Yeah. It could be fun.
I like that, but I also didn't. I enjoy the movie stuff.
Yeah.
Watching.
It'd be both.
It wouldn't be the show. The news show was fun, but it felt like, as I described, I'm really just here to hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
And the news felt like work. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like I'm not here just to hang out and have fun with my friend anymore. This is a business.
Yeah. Which I mean, if we reach the point where we're paying you,
I don't want to get paid. We've been over this. I don't want, just whatever you're going to pay me, just dump it back into the podcast and let me just hang out and have fun.
Do you know what'd be really great?
Have you seen the animated film from Disney, Big Hero 6?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'll be the dude with I can't remember his name, that had the pizza sign that just hung out.
Yeah.
He's just the mascot for the school, but he's not a genius. Just hanging out with the geniuses. That's me.
Do you know what would be great if you keep that mentality, like that's just you're like, don't pay me. Just take whatever it is and dump it back into the podcast. And then, but you keep that for like the next 5 years. And in that time, the podcast has gotten huge. And then one day we just happen to slip like the amount that we're not paying you because you don't want it. And you're like, what?
Son of a gun.
I did think gold-plated microphones were excessive.
I thought you just spray painted them.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
I mean, the big tip-off would be if Pete and I have both quit our jobs and we're doing this and you're still just coming in to volunteer.
Yeah.
At that point, you should ask questions. You should be like, hey.
Wait a minute. Something's going on here.
Yeah.
You guys both got haircuts.
So, initial impressions?
Initial impressions. Right. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Which there's 3 of them
There
now?
is a trilogy. Yeah, they came out a few years ago with the 3rd one that kind of wraps the whole thing up, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the second one came out shortly after this one.
All right. So, hit me.
So, the first time I watched this was in my early 20s, so like 20 years ago. And it was my first real girlfriend at the time's favorite movie.
Okay. Define no, back up. Define real girlfriend.
Oh, it's that turning into that kind of episode.
Yeah, I mean, define real girlfriend.
Well, you know, high school girlfriends aren't real serious. I never really even had one. I was in college. It was the first real girlfriend.
Did you kiss?
Oh, yeah.
A lot?
Yeah.
Okay. Second base?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a gentleman. I'm an old-fashioned gentleman. Anyway. No, we didn't.
I feel like, and I believe you, I know that you are, but I also feel like at this point in your life, married with children, that's the perfect cover for just no luck with the ladies. You're like, no, I chose to be.
Oh, it was a choice.
Lonely.
It was, well, I wouldn't call it lonely, but yeah, there were choices.
Yeah.
There was opportunity to go further, but I always was clear and chose that I that's not where I wanted a relationship to go.
Right. You're like, no, point. It's okay. I'll go.
I had very clear boundaries in all my relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, she loved this film and she wanted to show it to me, and I'd never seen it before. So it was my first time watch of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And I've seen it maybe 1 or 2 times since then.
Okay.
And it's just goofy fun.
Yeah.
That's about as initial impression as I'll get with it. It's just goofy fun.
Okay.
Goofy, clean fun. I'm going to add clean to that, and I'll get into why later.
I mean, they're both on a lot of drugs, even though it's never
alluded to. It's never shown, and it's never alluded to.
Well, I mean, what the character is.
The most kind of unclean, with the exception of a few curse bombs dropped, is we see them underage drinking and smoking when they go to the Old West.
Right.
And that's it. And it's very minimal.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the Old West.
Yeah.
Anyway. There's a TV series? There's an animated TV series.
Is there really?
13 episodes.
When did that come out?
And Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter do the voices. And George Carlin. Like, everyone's in this.
When did it come out?
Rob Paulson's in it, of course. It came out 90 to 91.
90 to 91.
I'm amazed that you don't know this.
I mean, it's not. Oh yeah, I've never seen that.
Isn't that fun?
No. Yeah, it's cool. I mean,
Isn't that fun? No.
I don't know, man.
It looks like a drag.
It's weird. I would be curious to know. I don't think I'd watch it, but I'd be curious to know where it lines up chronologically in the trilogy.
I mean, I'm guessing it.
Because there is a real interesting kind of through story through all three, the trilogy story, overall story.
I mean, release-wise, it's between the first and the second.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Then it would have to...
I mean, but this was back in that era where all kinds of movies were getting TV shows you didn't know about.
Yeah, like the Ghostbusters.
Like the Ghostbusters
had a really cool run.
Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, The Mask.
Yeah, like
Back to the Future.
Any kind of comedy got some kind of...
Got an animated, the animated treatment.
Yeah. Anyway, what did you think? What's your initial impression? I'm very curious.
It is fun. I do think there's a lot of things I really like about it. There are some things, some criticisms that I would have. And then there are some things where I'm like, I don't know if it's a criticism or not, but I'm wanting to talk it out.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. And like, I think this will be an interesting conversation because, well, overall, I think I do really enjoy this film. It's not a film I feel like I'm going to die on a hill defending.
Right.
So I'm like criticisms. I'm excited to kind of parse those because I kind of have a few little nitpicky things.
Nitpicks. Yeah. So starting with cast, man, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter have had similar career trajectories, eh? Same level of fame.
Yeah, right. one went one way, one went the other.
I feel like while watching it, and it's ironic because it's another time travel 80s like a comparison here. But Alex Winter to me appears to be the Tom Wilson of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. So Tom Wilson, for those that don't know, is the actor that plays Biff in Back to the Future.
Right.
And although Tom Wilson has had some other roles, he has popped up in things here and there, one-off episodes of shows, right? He's probably name the medical drama. He's the guy with polio at some point in that show.
He hasn't had a hard time getting jobs, probably.
However, much like Alex Winter, Tom Wilson, despite these other little jobs he's done, has never had a leading role outside of Back to the Future. And
you call that even lead antagonist.
He's part of the lead cast,
antagonist. Yeah.
And to this day, is at every Comic-Con just riding those 50-year-old coattails of that one time.
Just quote unquote there for the fans.
Yeah. No, but this is literally like half his paycheck for the year is showing up and doing this.
Yeah. Anytime he's got an open slot and there's a Comic-Con, he's there.
Because much like Tom Wilson was in Back to the Future, Alex Winter has never been as relevant in his career as he is playing this role in this franchise.
Yeah. When Keanu Reeves called him up to say, "Hey, I've been thinking about doing a third Bill and Ted film," just kind of like wrapping up that storyline we kind of left hanging.
Oh,
what do you think? He was like, yes, I've been waiting for this call my whole life.
Yeah. Keanu Reeves was like,
this is a most excellent idea.
I'm thinking of doing another one, and Alex Winter orgasmed.
Yeah. It was the reverse, and Alex Winter's just constantly hounding Keanu Reeves.
What about now?
Dude, now's the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get on this.
You going into
Strike
this
while the iron's hot.
Going into this, you made a statement. You made a claim.
Yeah, I kind of made it during the Dracula episode too.
And then you re-upped it going into this. Will you?
Yeah. Okay. So in the Dracula episode, we talked about Keanu Reeves'
really can't
acting chops.
Yeah.
And how he's definitely typecast, and when he's typecast properly, he's great.
Did you say acting chops?
Acting chops.
Oh, I thought you said acting slops. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, that's
when he's typecast properly, he's amazing. He's great. When he's typecast properly,
sure.
As John Wick, he's great.
Sure. I think as 100 other
as
people
Neo,
could have been.
As Neo, he's great. Other people could have done the role and probably could have done it better. Sure.
I can't picture anyone else as Neo. I can picture just about anyone else as John Wick, and it works.
Yeah. But when he's typecast right, it does work.
Yeah.
And the conversation kind of floated around like, he's not a great actor.
No. Sort of a one note.
For me, for everything I've seen for Keanu Reeves personally, this is some of the best acting he's ever done.
Right.
In my opinion. He shows, I mean, there's not a wide range of emotion for his character to show. There's no like deep, sour moments for him to cry or whatever. But there's some like scared moments and some like oh, Dad's gonna send me away if I don't pass the test. Like scared, he's a little bit scared, happy, and he kind of like, I think part of the reason I think he works well in this role as compared to some of his other stuff, where like in Dracula, it's like he doesn't seem scared,
right?
Is because he gets to be a goof,
right?
And because he's playing the goof, the acting is probably easier for him. Maybe, I don't know, but I think it rolls. He portrays the character of Ted really well.
Watching this film has made me realize that everything else that I have seen Keanu Reeves in, he feels like Ted after getting clean, but he waited too long and damage was done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That there's still a little bit of that.
There's something. Yeah.
Whoa. Right? But it's but also he's not on drugs anymore, but the damage has been done.
Yeah.
He's down to few enough brain cells that I would agree. Yeah. So look, Ted is and Bill, I mean we can sort of lump the two of them into this performance wise. They're not
deep characters.
They're not complex roles or personas. You don't have to show a lot of layers.
Yeah.
However, although it's sort of a Although it's sort of a two-dimensional gimmick that they're doing, I think it would be easy. I think it'd be easy to feel this way, but you would also probably be mistaken to think, well, it's simple.
Yeah, you
It's
can't
just simple.
You can't dismiss it as easy.
No. For what the two-dimensional gimmick that they're doing is, they do it really well. I don't know that they could have done it better.
Yeah.
Having said that, the film's only 90 minutes. It's a short movie.
Yeah. Short and sweet. Yeah.
I found 90 minutes still a really long time for that gimmick.
It felt
It's real funny in the beginning, and it's still funny at the end, but each 10-minute increment in the film that passes, I'm a little less.
starts feeling a little rinse and repeaty
Yeah,
until
it's a
they
little like,
end up
whoa,
until they're like staying in the future,
Right.
And they kind of stop the rinse and repeat.
But everything up until it's just
historical
it's like at the beginning, it's really funny when it's like, whoa, yeah, man, whoa,
Yeah.
man. But then
the first couple stops picking up historical figures works,
Yeah.
and then it starts,
and then
which
an
is
hour later, it's whoa,
to the film's credit, they only do it like 3 times,
Right.
And then they kind of montage it,
yes,
which I think is a really smart idea, because that's not the crux of what the film is about.
Yeah.
Well, it is like they're picking up but they're getting to they're not dragging it out unnecessarily, because they could have very easily, and there probably is a lot on the cutting room floor where,
oh sure,
like Genghis Khan and even
George Washington. Yeah.
Not George Washington. They never picked up George Washington.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying other people they could have.
Oh, other people they could have, but the people that they montaged,
Yes.
right?
Right,
Abraham
there could have been
Lincoln,
more to those.
where they showed up, they quickly grabbed them. Like one of them gets lassoed and pulled in, right?
Yeah.
There's probably all kinds of stuff on the cutting room floor or on the writer's cutting floor,
Right.
where those were drawn out scenes as well,
Sure.
where they got to know the person a little bit before
Right.
dragging into the phone booth.
I think it's a fun premise for a film. Like on paper, I think it's great. Right? Mm-hmm. 2 idiots that are failing life, not just history, but failing life.
Yeah.
2 Wayne's World wannabe kind of whatevers that have a paper due tomorrow, and it's their last friggin' hope at not flunking out of school.
Getting sent away to
Also,
a military
just so
academy.
happen to be, if you can suspend disbelief, the god figures of civilizations 700 years from now.
Yeah.
That literally all of civilization, the government and religion and everything is based off these 2 idiots' lives.
And not just based on, like, apparently life dramatically improves 100 times fold.
Yeah.
There's peace on Earth and the universe,
Yeah.
because these 2 got a band together and
Yeah.
learned to play music.
So, and that's so important that we get some Terminator antics to ensure that they can pass the test.
Yeah,
Great concept on paper.
sure.
I think where this film struggles for me, and it's not necessarily it's not an objective demerit to the film, because I understand why it's this way. But for me, it just it leaves me feeling like it just leaves this kind of lacking feeling. this is not only through show, but also literally through tell, through George Carlin's character giving us sort of
a monologue.
the rules of the universe here. This is a very, very zero consequences time travel film.
Oh, yeah. They don't give a crap.
Like, there's George Carlin.
We just need the keys. What if we go back in time and just take the keys and then we'll put them somewhere here, like behind that sign? Oh, dude, the keys. Go us.
George Carlin literally says, you guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
The only rule is you got to be back for the.
Yeah. The only rule is present time, for some reason, still moves forward normally. You can't. So you've only got 6 hours.
Where Back to the Future feels well thought out in its paradoxes, in its trying to make sure there's no loose ends, and the consequences of time travel, the rules of time travel, sort of the thinking fourth dimensionally about, you kind of have to learn time travel in order to this
and
film.
even it still has, like, when you start digging into some of it, are like, this isn't, like, has holes.
I believe to this day, and I've yet to be proved wrong, that I can defend any potential plot hole in Back to the Future.
That you can defend, or
that
can't?
I can.
You can?
That I can. That if someone comes to me with a Back to the Future plot hole, I can explain why it's not one.
I've sent you some.
Yeah, and they're all rubbish.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. This is a conversation for another time.
We'll do an episode on it at some point, but yes. No, but this is just very 100% like time travel.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, and I mean, I think the defense of the film is it's not trying to be a serious film by any stretch.
And I get why, because here's the thing. Matter. In order, I get 100% why this is a zero consequences time travel film, because time travel and Bill and Ted being able to go back and meet and interact with and pull these guys out of time
for periods of time
is crucial to the...
At the end of the film, pluck two people unconsequentially out of the time forever.
It's crucial to the conceit of the film.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
And if you were to introduce the consequences into time travel, if you were to introduce the idea that going back and interacting with people will affect the present, then all of a sudden, like, they interact with so many people that the length of the film you would have to have
the butterfly effect
and the degree of the writing you would have to implement for these two, specifically these two, to somehow fix it all afterwards, you just couldn't do it. Yeah. Right? Like, it's not like Doc and Marty being like, okay, here's the plan. You have to have two dummies Jar Jar Binks their way into fixing everything again. Like, it just wouldn't, there's not enough film.
We see them, quote unquote, fix the time machine with metal pudding cans and bubble gum.
Yeah. Now,
and it works.
But the problem and I get all that, and I'm able to accept that, but there's still this like loud nagging part inside of me that is going, you don't have to you could do a time travel movie and not get thick into the weeds about paradoxes and all this stuff. Like, you can do a lot of, you can ask me to suspend a lot of disbelief. That's fine. But the fact that, like, in this film, literally these two could have gone back and accidentally leveled all the pyramids, or done a massive
Could have
thing,
done some serious damage,
and
they could have accidentally killed Napoleon,
and within the rules of this film, that would not affect anything.
Yeah.
And so that's a big. It's not even like a science fiction rule about, or a trope used sometimes in time travel. That's just time travel common sense, right? That's just like, if you go back and do something, then when you return to your, like, unless they're
maybe the movie. I don't.
Maybe we're doing MCU time travel.
Well, I was gonna say maybe the film is so meta that the changes are like, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm trying to come up with something.
But do you know what I mean?
I have a thought in my head, and it's not forming.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is maybe it's like multiversal time travel rules, where, you know,
they're plucking somebody from a different timeline.
When Bruce Banner explains it, and he's like, you going back and doing something in the past,
as long as they're putting them back, and
no, but going back and doing something in the past doesn't affect the present, because as soon as you go into the past, your present is your past.
Right.
It will never. It's always.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't actually, and that, it's every time you time travel, you are creating branches, but you are ultimately still, so you're changing someone's future,
but not necessarily yours.
but you're always returning to your timeline.
Right. Or maybe that they are like this special. I can't believe I'm stealing this from Disney Star Wars, but a vergence in the space-time continuum, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Or that they are two beings that can mess with the timeline consequence-free.
That could work. I mean, they're clearly the chosen ones.
Yeah.
They're clearly,
there is a prophecy for them.
Because and it's and I had to shut off the really interested in time travel and really interested in paradoxes part of my brain to watch this, because right from the get I'm going, okay, so we have this council in the future that is talking about and somehow viewing how close Bill and Ted are to being separated, and that's what we must prevent.
This has to be stopped at all costs.
However, that's happening 700 years in the past. So was that always going to happen? And the future,
George Carlin,
and the future cannot exist unless a guy from that future comes back and ensures that future, right? Like that.
Right.
That in and of itself is a paradox.
Yeah.
It's creating a time loop.
Yeah, and it, like you said, you kind of had to shut off your brain a little bit for the paradoxes, and that's
so whatever.
Like, that's what you got to like. It's not meant like it is a time travel centric movie. Like a lot of the movie centers around this traveling through time, picking up historical figures.
Yeah,
but it's not a time travel movie the way you would think of a time travel movie, where time travel and those paradoxes and trying to keep them from happening, or trying to cause them to happen, maybe are a big part of it, right?
Right.
The time travel is merely a hollow vessel to allow the film to take these characters out of time and have them end up in the same place,
right?
In some sort of conceivable logical fashion.
Stop punching things.
It's in the wrong spot.
It's really not. It's been that way for months.
It's in the wrong spot.
You also used to punch the mic when it was over there, so you can't use that. as a
I need a
scapegoat.
lapel mic.
No, no, you just need to.
Just or give me. I'll bring in my my gaming headset.
No, no,
I'll still end up punching it.
no.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's fun.
What do you are those like your biggest criticisms?
Oh yeah.
Or do you have something else?
No, I mean, in general, like aside from the time travel feeling a little hollow, it's not a film with like it never. I get that this film is iconic. But I don't, at least as far as I'm aware, it's not huge.
Yeah.
Right? Like I
wouldn't even say it's iconic. I would say it's well known.
It's considered a classic.
Probably has a cult following, but
yeah.
I don't
that's what I mean, is that it's one of those 80s films that, you know, but it certainly never achieved Goonie status.
No,
it certainly never achieved any of these. And and I wonder why that is. Like watching it, I'm like,
I think I have an idea of why, right? So this film would have come out right around the same time that Pauly Shore was hitting it big on the screen. You're familiar with Pauly Shore?
Yeah.
Pauly Shore always played a character extremely similar to Bill and Ted, but all his films and the characters that he portrayed in them were way more vulgar and crass.
right.
Right? Not crass swearing, but crass, more, we'll say vulgar and lewd instead of crass. Crass implies foul language. He used creative language instead of vulgar language and for his movies. But there were always like, he was always like sexualizing women and trying to sleep with them and sleeping with them and drugs and alcohol and playing that surfer dummy stereotype like Bill and Ted.
Right.
But I think some of his movies might have overshadowed this one because of the similarities. And also I think that comedy from Pauly Shore for some reason was popular around that time. I haven't watched any of Pauly Shore's older films in a long time. He came out with a new one recently where he was like this guy that lived in the pool house.
Right.
This family bought this house, but part of buying the house, there was a pool house on it, and Pauly Shore's been renting this pool house, so they couldn't kick him out when they bought it because he's a tenant or whatever. Anyway, it was just really crass and like a lot worse than I think his older stuff was. Maybe, I don't know, but I turned it off. I didn't even finish it.
Really?
Yeah. But I remember I have seen some of his older stuff, and I feel like it's not as crass as that show or movie I watched.
Yeah, the movie you're describing sounds familiar.
It was
to
on
me,
Netflix, I'm pretty sure.
but I can't remember.
Anyway, yeah, I think this kind of just got overshadowed because it was like a cleaner version of a Pauly Shore film.
Right.
A little more family friendly in maybe a time when people were looking for something a little edgier.
That could be why it wasn't big. I mean,
also the actors definitely weren't as well known.
Yeah.
In that time.
I mean, how did this film do financially? No real answer.
I personally like this kind of cleaner version of a Pauly Shore film. I mean, enjoyed it.
This film was profitable. It had a $10 million budget. It made $40.5 million at the box office. Yeah. So not massive, but big enough to warrant
a sequel,
a television series, comic books, Game Boy games.
Game Boy game.
Annual Halloween Horror Nights event at Universal Studios Orlando and Hollywood have featured since 1992, blah, blah, blah. Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure, a show satirizing pop culture of the year with Bill and Ted as protagonists fighting villains. So it's
spawned a bit of a culture around it.
But I kind of feel like, but it did. And that's really just, Bill and Ted is a fun setup and are identifiable, recognizable, and very defined characters.
Lovable characters.
Which
I would say a lot of Pauly Shore's characters aren't lovable.
But characters that are very... you can build a brand. They're brandable, merchandisable, marketable characters.
Especially since they're family friendly.
You're so on this Pauly Shore thing. Lay off.
I don't know. For me, it's a direct comparison.
Right. Okay. That's fine.
I know. It's hard not to get off it when they're like you watch anything of Pauly Shore's in that time frame and it's exactly the same type of characters.
Okay. Well, let me get my point out here without being like, okay, but also Pauly Shore.
But remember Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore.
So they're Bill and Ted are marketable characters.
Yes.
Right? In the same way that Mr. Bean is a very defined, stands out, unique character.
Yeah. Easy to recognize.
And so I think that's why there's a culture. I think that's why they're fun characters to have show up at Universal Studios. They're fun characters to plop into an animated show and whatever. Why this never became Goonies or why it never became Back to the Future or anything like that is the film itself is just, it really kind of rides on the power of the recognizable characters and
sort of you mean the historical characters they pick up?
No, Bill and Ted.
Okay.
By taking Bill and Ted, these two stoner dummies, and just having a little bit of fun surrounding them. Where it lacks is there's really no substance to this film. There's no real feel-good moments. There's no moments where, oh man, the writing was they kind of brought it together into this big, incredible thing. When you're dealing with time travel, when you're doing a time travel film, there's a lot of moments that you can do that it opens up the possibilities to doing a lot of really creative things, a lot of setting this up and paying it off later in a way you didn't realize it was going to, that we are the ones that our two characters experience something or something happens to them at the beginning of a film, and then you find out later on that they're the ones that caused it, or they're the ones that whether it's the final scene of Back to the Future playing out the same way that it did at the beginning, but then Doc sits up and he's got the bulletproof vest on and he whatever, or whatever it may be. something like that. And there's just none of that in this film.
Yeah, the characters do have a growth, and I think they kind of do that a little bit, but it doesn't pull at the heartstrings or hit
No.
like having the princesses kind of show up, and it's like, oh, that's kind of a touching-ish moment. Just before that, where they're like, man, if we're gonna do this, we should probably learn to play music.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that, you know, there's and then the actual presentation where they're actually show that they've learned some stuff through this process. So they do. I think they do kind of do it, but they either probably unintentionally or intentionally rather, they never really drill it home to the point where they're trying to make it a moment.
Right.
That you're looking for.
Like, I mean, I think if someone asked me for a tagline for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, I would say Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. If I needed a harsh blurb for the poster,
right,
I would say a film that takes an interesting concept like time travel and then decides not to do anything interesting with it. And that's really what, like, time travel is such an interesting,
very much so,
opens the floodgates to all kinds of, they didn't even try to do anything interesting with time travel. They were just like, wow, we're just gonna, I don't know, just send them through time. That's the thing. Isn't that interesting? Well, not really. Right? Like, and sure, you get to see, I mean, you get to see characters.
You get to see Keanu Reeves act a little bit.
Well, you get to see characters like, oh, it's Abraham Lincoln. In appearance, I guess it's Abraham Lincoln, but there's no, like, incredible Abraham Lincoln moments. There's no, like, oh wow, that's really some, like, have you seen this is a clip that's floated around for a while. It seems to get more play online than a lot of other Doctor Who clips. But the Doctor Who clip where they've brought a Vincent van Gogh who thinks he's an absolute loser and nobody cares about who he's, and they've brought him
to one
years
of his
forward to a Van Gogh exhibit where he realizes, and he's crying because he's like, I am, all of these people think I'm this incredible, amazing, prolific artist. And I'm back home thinking
I
suck. Right. And so, you don't need, I'm not saying this film needed a heartfelt thing like that, but that's a really amazing, interesting thing to do.
I wonder if this is just trying to get into the mind of maybe whoever wrote this, not trying to defend it, just get into the mind of maybe why they wrote it the way they did and stuff. Like, maybe there's a bit of a parody here that we're not seeing, like an intentional parody. Doctor Who's been around for a long time. They chose a phone booth.
Yeah.
Right.
I did think that. I was like, oh, this is just a phone booth.
Back to the Future would have already been out.
Yeah.
Right. So
for 5 years,
them running into themselves at the beginning. Right. Maybe they're intentionally parodying other time travel films here.
Maybe it's not super clear that they're doing that.
No,
if they
it's
are.
not. Well, yeah, and because they're not really. It's not a parody. If it's a parody, it's a parody in the same way RoboCop's a parody.
Right.
Right. Like RoboCop's written to be a parody of.
Which I didn't like that aspect of it, because it's like, well, without taking the scary movie route where you're clearly like, choosing films and like
it's
recreating.
Not like it's not a parody the way we would think of it.
Because then otherwise I'm like
comedy parody.
Otherwise I'm like, with RoboCop, it was like, so there was a part of you that just set out to make a subpar film.
Yeah. It's almost more of an homage.
I guess.
Probably than a parody, maybe.
I guess. But you know what? Like, bring a past president into the 80s and then have him see a picture of himself on a piece of money. And just have him to give a line about it or some quick. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing of a side effect, a condiment, if you will, of time travel. We don't do any of that.
We don't.
Right? Have Genghis Khan find a textbook about Genghis Khan. That's interesting. Yeah. That's a fun... You don't even have to do anything deep with that. Just do it.
The closest I think we get to that level in this film is they're like, where do we find Napoleon? Where would you go if you were a French conqueror in present day? Waterloo, because that was a big battle, right, for Napoleon. What, the Battle of Waterloo?
Yeah.
So they go to this Waterloo park where it just happens to be a water slide park, and yeah.
Also, do you know? So two interesting historical. Because I was watching and I'm like, how right are they getting these
historical facts?
These historical characters. A criticism and a hats off to Bill and Ted.
Sure.
The hats off is that they have. They get to ancient Greece, and the dude introduces himself as Socrates, as opposed to what 90% of North American people nowadays say Socrates.
Yeah.
But no, that is not how his name was pronounced. It's Socrates. That I was like, ooh.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of historical accurateness. I appreciate that. You've done your research. Yeah. Napoleon. Now, Napoleon, for whatever reason, has been branded by modern society and pop culture and whatever else as freakishly short. It's like the running gag. Oh yeah, the little guy, the little French guy. The guy was 5'6.5", which for that time was considered more than average. He was a normal heighted guy.
You're just saying that because you're short.
What is average height in Canada for men? Well, what's the range? Like, don't give me just like, oh, this exact.
Compared to Pete and I, you're short.
Well,
compared to Pete, everybody's short.
Yeah, you can't.
I look up to Pete, literally.
Okay, so So how tall are you? What's your
6 foot? I've actually. So there's a thing where you actually, when you get older, you do start shrinking a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not actually 6 foot anymore.
Really? You're already shrinking?
Yeah, I've lost like half an inch.
So did you know, though, that at 6 foot, you are considered 2 inches, 2 to 3 whole inches above average?
Okay.
And that's significant.
Yeah.
You're a big, So don't look at me and say I'm short. You're a freak.
No. I'm above average.
Pete's a freak. Pete's a freak.
Pete, you freak.
What?
That's his new neat nickname.
He's got to be 6'5".
Pete the freak. He's a full head taller than me.
So he's like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
Pete, how tall are you? That's
freaky boy.
Do you think he likes being that tall?
I don't know. I don't mind being 6 foot.
Like, I don't. I'm not saying that I think
I don't know.
Pete should mind being that tall. I'm just like, he is noticeably, he's not just on the taller side. He is very tall.
Like, I don't think he's tall enough that he needs to duck under doorways. Does he have to duck? I'm going to stand up for a sec.
Oh, he totally would have to.
He'd be close. He'd be close to, like, his hair. If he doesn't have to duck, his hair is probably skimming.
He wouldn't be able to spike his hair up and walk through.
Yeah, he's either going to skim his hair, or he's going to have to crouch his neck down a little bit into his shoulders.
Like, he's not like medical condition tall.
No.
But he's like just below medical condition tall.
He's
Like, he's tall enough that he might have like a shorter life expectancy. No, that's the thing. The taller you are, there's like more shit can go wrong with your heart or whatever. You're further to pump blood. He does. He's got a lot further to pump his blood. Yeah. I'm going to outlive all y'all. Are you ready to rank this?
Yeah, sure.
All right. On a scale of 0 to 10. Oh, we got to add it to the thing here. Bill and Ted's
excellent
Excelente Adventure. Okay. How would you?
So it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's been a while.
And I was going into it hesitant. I wasn't sure what I'd even give it.
Right. You did say the other thing that you prefaced this film by saying was that you were kind of worried that you were going to tank your score.
Yeah. I've come away pleasantly surprised that it's held up to what I remember. And I'm probably a little bit more, because I feel like I remember it being worse.
Okay.
So this is like reverse Never Ending Story for me.
Right. Because Never Ending Story, you're like, oh, this is so good.
This is so good.
And we both gave it a 3.
And this, something. I was like, it was okay. And I'm walking away going, man, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it, I think it's a solid 7.
7.
Solid. It is a most excellent film. You should watch it.
Okay.
Be righteous. Watch Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You're not doing it any favors right now. No one's hearing you and going, man, what is this film?
Dude.
I got to check this out.
Man.
Wow.
I could grab my surfboard, hit some waves, and then I'm going to watch this show.
Yeah, there's also nothing. So there's no explanation.
They're in California.
For why they are the way. Yeah, but there's no mention of surfing.
No. Not even a surfboard scene.
We don't see them surfing. We don't see them smoking up.
No.
They're just
dummies.
Wow.
They're just dummies. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yeah, you could imply that they're stoners, but it's never seen that they are. You could just as easily imply that they're just dumb.
Right.
Anyway, what did you think of the film? What would you rate it, sir?
Christopher Reeves. Keanu Reeves once said, I'd like to get one thing straight. Bill and Ted are not stoners. Let's get that clear. They have a nice outlook on life. They like people and their friendship. It's nice to have cleared that up, but it's, end quote. It's nice to have cleared that up, but it's a wonder why the perception of the characters as marijuana enthusiasts got started. I think that part's sarcastic. Yeah. So apparently they're coming from, not from the source, because
he didn't write it.
They're not, it's, you know.
But he played the character. He would have got instruction about the character.
Yeah, I guess, maybe. Play it like a stoner would have been the instruction. So
play it like a lovable dummy. Could be just as easily have been said.
Yeah, but there's no way that they both arrive at the there's really no difference character-wise between the two of them. There's no way they both arrive at that if it's not play it like a stoner surfer.
You hang out with people long enough, you kind of start acting like them.
I guess. I don't know that they did a bunch of hanging out before day one of shooting.
What? I thought you were talking about the characters themselves. You're talking about the actors portraying them?
Yeah. You said like the direction they got was probably just play a lovable dummy. Well, lovable dummy can mean a lot of things. They both arrived at a very specific interpretation of lovable dummy.
I feel like that's something that would be given direction when the casting room and the
possibly, but there's no way that Stoner Surfer was not also given as a direction.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna give it a 6. I think it's fun. The needle is swung in the direction of I like it, and I don't dislike it.
Some of Keanu Reeves' best acting.
It genuinely is. I don't dislike it. It does leave me wanting for a lot. I think there's a lot of really cool and they just like little throwaway things that they could have done here and there just to pepper them in.
Things that they didn't pick up on or things they started and didn't follow through on.
Yeah, well, or just again, like I said, they took one of the most interesting concepts in storytelling, which is time travel, and then actively decided not to do anything interesting with that.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing.
That's a bummer.
It's a good thing there's 2 more we can watch.
Have you seen the newest one?
I've seen all of them.
Ah, shit. Okay. This is going to lead us
We're going on a bogus adventure
This is gonna
next time I pick.
Lead us right up to Christmas, is it?
Yep, this is my November picks.
Yeah.
We're going on a bogus adventure, dude.
Fun.
Totally bogus.
Can't wait. Sorry. Sorry. I had some bad fish for dinner. What'd you watch this week?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, there's one really interesting thing I watched this week, and I'm curious if you have seen it. But we'll get to that in a minute because I got to bring up my list first. I got to find it.
There's something so interesting that I have to talk to you about. Anyways, enough of that.
Watch some more One Punch Man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna. There's a 3rd season that literally just came out. We only released 1 episode so far on Disney Plus.
Okay.
So they'll probably release it weekly or monthly.
Yep.
But I don't know if I'm gonna watch it quite yet because it's subtitled, and I don't want to read subtitles while watching anime. I want it dubbed, so I might wait until it gets the dub treatment.
See, that's controversial. What you're saying?
It can be, yeah. But
a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah, but I'm pretty like I have no I can watch subtitled anime, but I dislike it for 2 reasons. One, I can't fold my laundry and watch a subtitled show. It just doesn't work. Yet I kind of give it 100% attention. And 2, a lot of times subtitled anime especially, the subtitles come and go so quickly, especially in heated conversations on screen, that I can't keep up, so I have to stop and rewind it once, sometimes twice, and it's just like it's ruining my enjoyment and my ability to really sink into the story. So yeah, I like dub. And
that's Brienne's siblings are anime peeps.
Yeah.
Very hardcore.
They're all about subtitles. Yeah. Well, screw you.
They would shame you.
Yeah. Let them shame me. They're wrong. my wife and I watched.
I think you're both wrong.
Hey man, anime. It's becoming a bigger and bigger deal
like
every.
Why did you put weird emphasis on the end of the word? Anime. You made it sound like a girl's name.
I don't know. I'm just talking.
Man, you know, back when I was a child, my first sweetheart, when I was in college, my first real girlfriend was such a big fan of Bill and Ted's Excellent. Her name was Anna May.
That's not how I said it.
It is. No. Oh, go back and listen.
You know I won't do that. Anyway.
You just did it again. It was the exact same emphasis. Anyway. Anime. You did. You said it like a woman's name.
You want me to take apart your speech patterns?
Sure.
Sure. It sounds like a hobo.
A hobo? A homeless. You can't say hobo.
Why not?
It's wildly politically. It's wildly offensive. To people who don't have homes.
Those are homeless people. A hobo is not a homeless person. A hobo chooses to live their life on the road.
Uh-huh. Anyways. You can't say that.
I did. Me and my wife watched Me, Myself, and Irene. That film is fun.
It is fun.
It's such a fun film. And then while I was folding laundry, and because I didn't want to watch anime with subtitles, screw you, Cerez family. I watched a show on Disney Plus called Tolkien.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
You sounded like you didn't enjoy it.
Not really.
Man, I thought the visuals in that film.
The visuals are fun. Like the
shadows on the wall, and the smoke,
fun.
And oh man, that was cool.
And I do like the ending where he sits down and writes on the he's marking the papers, and then in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. Wildly boring film outside of those two things we just mentioned.
I was captivated.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad.
It wasn't like fast paced Marvel Disney Star Wars style film. Like it had a methodical pacing to it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a wonderful film.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's good. I enjoyed it. I'm glad.
Yeah. What did you watch? That was it. That's all I watched.
That's all you watched? What did I watch? We didn't watch any more Conjuring films. It was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So things were busy. Mom came over last night. We watched another X-Men film.
Which one?
X-Men: The Last Stand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A film that many people don't enjoy. Think it's dumb. I will say that watching the film as someone who did not grow up watching the animated X-Men, did not read X-Men, like I got into X-Men with these films.
Okay.
That third film, having just rewatched it again, feels like the appropriate follow-up to the previous two films. It's sort of the everything that Magneto talking about with the war and stuff, that all kind of comes to a head. It's taking the metaphor that is the X-Men about the segregation and the persecution of minorities and all of this stuff, and sort of takes that to the next level with the introduction of that they've found a cure,
right,
quote unquote, right? And those that want to sign up and those that don't, and that excuse me. So that's yeah, I'm watching it, and I'm like, and I don't have that, like, you know, while watching it. I mean, I do now, but back when I would have watched it the first time, I don't have all that comic knowledge about the X-Men to sit there and go, that's not the Juggernaut, right? Why is it? But I also get it, right? And that's the thing that I talk about so much on this show. People go, oh, this is gonna be exactly the way it is in the comics. Otherwise, they've disrespected everything and they hate and it's like, well, look, with the world they had set up, there wouldn't have been a way to make Juggernaut Charles's brother without creating some, wait, what? Like, it just didn't, it was not.
Unless, they would have needed to have a completely different storyline or movie to dive into why he's massive.
Yes. Right. And the way they did it, he's just a big bad mutant that they break out of prison.
Yeah. And he's not even a mutant in the comics,
right.
Which is it's a big thing. Like, he's.
But it works. Yeah. And to this day, look, I say what you will about that movie. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
It's a great line.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. So anyways, had fun with it.
Yeah. I will say the character they wrote works for Juggernaut. His powers and his look
are off.
Yeah.
I do get that people were, I do recognize that if you had been an X-Men fan and you were waiting for Angel to be introduced, or is it Archangel?
No,
or
it's
is it
Angel. Archangel comes after.
Okay. If you'd been waiting for Angel to be
by Apocalypse,
right? If you'd been waiting for Angel to be introduced and then that's all you got, I can see how that would be a letdown. I understand people weren't happy with, like, oh, you know, we don't. That's all we're gonna get in terms of Phoenix. What are you gonna do? Multiple films, though? Like, you kind of have to.
That's what the MCU did,
but not with. Yeah, but not about not one Phoenix storyline.
Yeah, and the MCU wouldn't have happened without the groundwork of these films.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, absolutely. This and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man
and Blade Trinity
and Blade. But because what year's Blade Trinity?
Blade Trinity's the first, or the original Blade's the first,
right? So
of official Marvel property film.
Blade, yeah. So I mean, Blade got done a little dirty at the time though, because Blade came out right after Batman and Robin, and so Blade didn't get the freedom that it needed in order to just exist as a good film, because at that point there was such a sour taste in people's mouths in terms of the genre.
Right.
Like Batman and Robin almost complete, like it's a miracle that we even got the X-Men and Spider-Man films.
But I think you could give quite a bit of credit to Blade for helping smooth that over.
Could be.
Blade 1 and Blade 2 are phenomenal.
They
films.
also don't feel
Trinity muddies the waters in terms of the trilogy a little bit, but 1 and 2 are solid.
I do think though
you've seen them, right?
No. I do think there's
a list.
Would be a good January thing dive into in January. Yeah. The thing with Blade though, keep this in mind. Batman and Robin comes out. Comic book film that almost destroys the comic book genre, which really, and I mean, up until this point, prior to ultimately prior to the MCU is what really permanently changed this. It was starting to change with the X-Men films and the Spider-Man films, but the MCU is what took that guilty pleasure or niche genre-ness of the comic book genre and just did away with it and made them mainstream films. But you have Batman and Robin, which comes out. Comic book film that is awful, almost destroys the entire genre for good.
Yeah.
Blade comes out the next year. Is, I've heard, great. But also from what I know of it, especially pre-Google, pre-internet, whatever, it would not surprise me at all if 50% of the people that went to go see Blade walked out and went, I don't know. Is that a comic? Is there a comic? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Blade as a character in the comic books is still fairly niche.
Right.
But
it's just, do you know what I mean?
Then would have been even nicher.
It's not a super comic book feeling.
No, people would have.
He's not a superhero.
People would have went to the film not realizing it's a superhero. They would have went to it's a vampire film. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think that's that, but and still watching Simpsons.
It's a very Blade's a key film in that it's the time it came out, the fact that it is a superhero film, and also the fact that right around that time was when Marvel was starting to come out. Marvel as a company was starting to come out of its money troubles.
Yes, I think Blade is less responsible for things like Spider-Man and more responsible for why maybe they did like the Ben Affleck Daredevil film, right? Because it was probably the industry looking at it going, okay, well, what if we go to the comics and we pull out characters that are not your quintessential superhero, whatever, darker, grittier.
Lesser known.
Yes, it's a comic book film, but he's more of a crime-fighting vigilante than he is a superhero. There's a way to do this and not make it campy. Whereas even the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films have quite a bit of camp in them, right? And then X-Men. I mean, X-Men was a direct response to Batman and Robin aggressively in the other direction, because Batman and Robin was so colorful and campy and whatever that Bryan Singer was like, no. Black leather suits.
What do you expect us to wear? Spandex?
Yeah, it's a great line. Yellow spandex. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You know what, though? It would have looked... Because in 2000, they would not have done those suits the justice that they were done
They would have made them like spandex instead of like the tactical cool looking that Wolverine wore in Deadpool and Wolverine.
And it would not have been,
in my mind, that's what I was wanting from the first X-Men film.
Yeah.
And that's not what they would have given us.
No, and it would have damaged the films. They went the right route, all things considered.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all down below. We're on YouTube.
Apparently we have video in an audio only format.
Yeah, so right now the show is just on YouTube as an audio thing. So if you have, I don't know, whatever, if you have YouTube Premium and that's how you
just put us in your watch later list like everybody else and play.
But we will be probably in the new year dropping a lot of actual genuine video content. So it'll be we're going to do some renos in the studio here. We're going to ditch the table.
And tear down that wall?
That's load bearing. So
there's a way you can tear it down and still keep it load bearing. They're called beams.
Yeah, but who wants beams?
They're expensive.
And ugly.
I mean, you can make them look pretty.
And if you're walking around drunk, you're far more likely to walk into a beam than you are a wall.
I mean, no, because it's up in the air.
Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, I'm thinking column.
Yeah, you're thinking of like a poster
support,
column.
like a Yeah.
You'd need that on either end of your beam.
Yeah. Yes, that's how that works.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon.
Yeah.
You can support the show.
Get some perks.
And we have merch.
Stuff you put on your face. We don't have
You could. No, you could. I mean,
You
you remember...
cut some holes out in the shirt and be a ghost?
Well, no, not even that. You know, like that old where you take your T-shirt and turn it into like a ninja mask?
Yeah. I never knew you could do that till Aaron Mader showed me.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long time now ago.
Yeah. Back when you were actually 6 foot.
Yeah.